Hey guys, so we're going to learn how we can use both Premiere and Photoshop to create an animated GIF. First thing we need is a video that we want to create into a GIF. Obviously, if you have a clip from one of the films that you made, you can use that. But if you want to, say for instance, go to YouTube and find a clip of something that you want to get, we're going to find something that we want to isolate, and we're going to download this video. So for instance, remember that coin toss scene that we talked about at the beginning of the year? I'm going to find this little moment right here.
You're a bit deaf, aren't you? I
Right
said what?
there. You're a bit deaf, aren't you? So I'm going to go ahead and press share and copy this. And then I'm going to go to this pretty trustworthy download site called ytmp3.cc. Now, if you just type in ytmp3 or just YouTube to mp3, you can find this. I'm going to paste that address, press mp4, press convert. Give it a second. And press download. Press save. Something might pop up here, might give you a little beep or whatever. Ignore that. Close it out as much as you can. Definitely don't agree to have any notifications come on. And I'll let that open up. And over here in Premiere, I'll create a new project. Call it Animated GIF. And I'm going to start off by making a new sequence. I'm going to go Sequence, go to File, New Sequence, and I'm going to make sure the sequence is very, very small. So I'm going to go over here to my AVC HD, 1080p. I want to find 1080p over here. Let's see. Well, let's look here. Well, I'll tell you what. Never mind. Cancel that. And let's grab this guy here. No Country for Old Men clip here. Just drag it in, drop it in. And I'll isolate that little bit that I was looking at. It's somewhere in the neighborhood of the 1 minute 45 second mark. So I'll find that over here. I'll just double click on this. 1 minute 45 seconds in.
Sure. You're a bit deaf, aren't you?
Okay, so I'll get my in right there. Let me zoom in some so I can find it real easily.
You don't know what you're talking about, do you? Sir? I said, you don't know what you're talking about. What time do you go to bed? Sir? You're a bit deaf, aren't you?
Okay, so we're there. Okay. And then I'll put the, oh, here. Okay, so here we go. So we got that little bit. It's like maybe 1 second long. If it's 1 second, that's fine. It can't be more than about 500 frames. So think in terms of like what your frame rate is. For instance, here, modify properties. Right click on it, properties, and you can see it's 24 frames a second. Pardon me. So that would be about somewhere in the neighborhood of like 4 seconds or so. That would be like the longest you could do. But okay, here we go. So we got 4 seconds. Okay, nice. All right, so we got that. Or yeah.
Bit deaf, aren't you?
Okay, let's make sure we have this whole thing.
Bit deaf.
Oh, wait, we need a little bit more. So tweak it to where you get the clip you want here.
You're a bit deaf, aren't you?
All right, and I'll cut it off right before he goes. All right, there. Okay, and just to kind of finish this up, what we'll do is we will get our text tool here and just click anywhere and just type in what he says, because obviously an animated GIF is just an image, there's no sound. So you're a bit deaf. And I'll just make this a bit smaller, go to my effect controls here, shrink this down some. You're a bit deaf. Aren't, yeah. And maybe we'll change the font to something a little bit more stylized here. I like bison, it's good. And if I want my safe margins here, I can click this little wrench icon, get safe margins checked, and I'll just center this as best I can, about there. And just shrink this down to match up with the clip, right? So here we go, we have this little if I were to mute this here. Right, so we can kind of see all that, right? Okay, so with that being said, we'll export our clip here and make sure it goes someplace that we can find it, and make sure that we, we just real quick save, right, just in case this little moment here is going to mess us up. I'll click here, I'll find, so it'll be under videos, I'll say def GIF, right? And I'll just name it something that I can find easily, somewhere easily that I can find, so it's going to be under videos, save. And export. Okay, so that was pretty quick. It was only 1 second long. So let's find Photoshop. Now, if you go to your AV Lab icons, you're looking for a file called Photoshop Shortcut. Don't look for Adobe Photoshop Elements. Look for Photoshop Shortcut. It's going to be towards the bottom of the list inside your Adobe or your AV Lab icons. So you're going to File. When this opens up, File, Automate, no, Import, Video Frames to Layers, and find that clip that you just made. So it's going to be under videos here. We'll find def GIF. Press open. So it'll tell you, for instance, that you could, that you can choose like every second frame or whatever like that from beginning to end, or you can use these little ins and outs to isolate which part of the frame you want. So I'll press OK, and it'll populate this little layer menu over here with a bunch of different frames. So it looks like we have about 32 frames. It's a little bit more than 1 second, 24 frames a second. There we go. Pretty simple arithmetic there. And I'm going to go to my crop tool, which is this little kind of crossed sort of square here, and I'm going to crop out these here black bars. If you don't have those black bars, don't worry about this. If you do, you can press the Alt key and drag them together, which will sort of evenly drag them together. So I don't want these black bars for no reason, and just press Enter. Let me zoom a little closer here. See on the keyboard to get the crop tool again. Just drag them up as close as you can. Okay, cool. And then let's go to Window, press Timeline. And this little timeline will pop up, and you can kind of press the space bar, and you can see that it's animating it as it cycles through these. Now, even though it's going pretty slow, it should be pretty much like the same frame rate once we export it. So let's go to File, Export, find Save for Web Legacy, and this is where we want to take a look at this. We don't want this height to be more than 400. 640 by 270 is fine. But if it's like any more than 400, you need to change it to 400 or lower, because if it's really big, it's going to take up a lot of space. But once we have that all settled, we can press Save, and it's going to save it to pictures automatically, I think. But if you wanted to say, for instance, change it, you can go to your libraries, find, say, for instance, your downloads, or I think if you go to like this PC, go to downloads, you can find it there. So wherever you want to save it to, and I'll just call it bit def GIF. And press save. And then if I go over here to my downloads, I can def GIF, open this up. It might open up an Adobe Illustrator, or it might open up an Internet Explorer or Microsoft Edge or Chrome. It might open up in like your pictures viewer, but there it is. So there's your GIF. You can post this, you can submit this to D2L, and it should animate live inside D2L's environment there. So that's how you make an animated GIF. You can conceivably just do this inside of Photoshop, but if you wanted to add any kind of like anything else to it, you want to go through Premiere first, and then from there you can export something, and then you can use that to sort of alter it and cut it and stuff like that a little more accurately than with Photoshop. So cool. Well, be as creative as you want with this. This is not licensed for you just to sit and watch some random videos on YouTube. Find what you need, get an idea, and download it, and then you make this GIF, and you should be good. Well, all right, very cool. Well, you guys, I can't wait to see you guys produce. See you in class.